Hi everyone, my name is Samantha and welcome to my YouTube channel Sewing in Switzerland. So today I wanted to go through my top 10 lesser known, I think we'll call it, lesser known sewing pattern indie companies. And I think watching this there'll be a few on there that perhaps you're aware of or familiar with, but hopefully there'll be a few that you don't know or are new to you. I've actually got a really long list. It's like the one area of my life where I'm quite organised. So I do have like a big Excel spreadsheet with loads of different indie patterns, or indie companies rather, in this spreadsheet. So I could actually even make a part 2 or a part 3 of this, and I didn't want to overwhelm you all and kind of chuck 50 companies at you and say, hey, check these out, they're really great. So I'm going to give you 10. They're in no particular order, they're not ranked or anything like that. And then if you would like a part 2 or a follow-up to this video with some more on there, please let me know in the comments, then I'd be more than happy to make another video like this. So the way that I'm going to do it is, because obviously I can't show you every pattern that these companies make, I will pick out a pattern that I've either made or represents the company really well, and I'll put the picture up here so we can follow along, so you can just kind of get a feel for the vibe of the companies. So let's start. You know I don't like a long intro on these videos. So we're going to start. So this is top 10, or rather 10 lesser known indie pattern companies. So the first one I've got my list here. I do have to get quite close to the list because I don't have my glasses on, because it makes me look a bit like the demon headmaster. And I feel like if you grew up in the UK you might have seen that, or maybe I'm just showing my age, I don't know. So number 1, ELLIE and Mac. ELLIE and Mac are a fantastic indie pattern company, and I really don't think that they get enough recognition. Their patterns are absolutely fantastic. They go up to a size 7XL in most of their patterns. Some only do go up to a 6XL actually. As a double check before you purchase. They are just fantastic. They have so many different patterns. They've got some freebies on there. The photos that they use are normally of people who have made the patterns. Like the promo pictures are usually people who have sewn the patterns, which is quite cool. But it does mean that the photos on the website and their social media accounts can look a little less uniform, I think, because we're used to seeing larger indie pattern companies use the same models or themselves as the promo photos. It can look a little haphazard, or a little kind of, yeah, not uniform on the accounts, but it's fantastic because you get to see a whole range of different bodies wearing their clothing, and it's just really great patterns. And not only are they really great patterns, the instructions are fantastic. I've made so many of their patterns and I really do rate them. Also, if you're a beginner and you're thinking of getting into sewing with knits, I would definitely recommend starting with an ELLIE and Mac pattern. I've made several of their knit dresses, several of their cardigans. I think they are fantastic, and the instructions have clear photos. They have information on how to sew with knits, really good tips. I think they're very underrated in the amount of value and information that you actually get as part of the pattern. Also, they're very good if you're on a budget. So they do these weekly emails. You do have to sign up to their newsletter to get them, and then you'll get an email in your inbox, and they kind of rotate around their patterns, and they'll have, I don't know, 5 or 6 that are down to like $2 for that week. So you can go on there and purchase that pattern for literally $2. And then every week they update, and they're like a different rotation of patterns. So you can get real budget friendly patterns on there for excellent, excellent quality. So that's number 1. I highly recommend. Made loads of their patterns. Huge fan. So number 2. Number 2 is Stitch Witch Patterns. I had to practice saying that to check that I didn't, like, you know, slip up Stitch Witch patterns. So they are kind of I'd say their best known pattern is probably the Capulet dress. The patterns go up to size 34, I believe. Size 34, yep. Size 34. And the Capulet dress is so cool. It's very similar to the Selkie style dresses that were like a huge trend a couple years ago. And you can get the version with the puff sleeve, so it's got this really amazing elasticated puff sleeve. You can do it in like a taffeta or an organza and make it really dramatic, or you can make it with like a Juliet sleeve, so you still have that lovely like puff ball, and then you've got this kind of very slim fitted sleeve down to about here. And I would say that particular pattern is probably their most well known, and they do have some others on there like the Tudor dress that's really great, so I do really recommend checking them out. They have a fantastic range of patterns. I will say, if you are a beginner, I don't think that the instructions are good enough for a beginner to follow. I think that in terms of skills, if you've, you know, inserted a few zippers, or you've made like a lined item before because it's got the lined bodice and the darts in it, then yeah, give it a go. But I will say the instructions are quite difficult to follow actually, and they do kind of tend to leave a lot of information out. So if you're new to sewing and you're thinking, yeah, I really want to make that, I would tread very cautiously, because I don't want that to put you off, because they are quite difficult patterns to follow instruction wise, in my opinion. So number 3, what have we got here? Sew Outdoorsy. So Sew Outdoorsy is a new pattern, well, relatively new pattern company, last year or so, and they make amazing kind of active wear or like hiking wear for larger bodies. It goes up to a size, bear with me, size 42, but if you are outside that remit, they will grade up for you, and they I presume it doesn't say with an extra charge, so that's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic that they're advertising that. I think that's phenomenal. So not only do they have, you know, they've got some like waders and some like hiking trousers, like very technical outerwear clothing, they do also have these kind of great hiking bags. So they do only have a few patterns on there, but what they do have on there is definitely quality patterns. So even if you're just looking for a bag to take hiking, or, you know, something waterproof, would definitely check them out. They are looking to be a really great newcomer actually. So let's move on. Okay, so number 4. Number 4 is a company called Pattern Fantastique, and again I'll put all the links and the names of the companies within the description, so you can just kind of click and go. So Pattern Fantastique are most well known for the Valley dress, which is, I think it goes up to a size 30 or a size 26. So I'll put it in the description, but I'd have to double check. But yeah, the Valley dress is like a summer dress. There's a lot of room. It's very kind of breezy and flowy and gorgeous, and a lot of people have made this. So it's quite well known within the Instagram sewing community. I will say their newest pattern I love. I think it's great. It's called the Harmonic set, and it's got this lovely kind of elasticated waist, but you've got this kind of wavy shape almost that you can colour block, and you can make like this matching top, and it's got this kind of keyhole detail here around the bust area, and it's really different actually. It's very outside of what you would expect from a standard indie sewing pattern company. It's quite different, and especially for a set as well, and I think it's fantastic. I think it's really well done. So they did undergo a size expansion relatively recently, and they went from size 26 now up to size 30. but not all of the patterns have been updated to be a size 30, so do kind of bear that in mind when you're checking out the patterns. Just double check that your size is available on there. So number 5, I'm steadily losing count like I seem to do in every video. Number 5, right? Number 5 is, and I've just got my list here, but I honestly, I can't see anything. Rebecca Page patterns. Rebecca Page patterns are really fantastic, and I will say this, her website is really well done. It's clear, it's easy to navigate. I find with some sewing pattern companies it can be a bit kind of woolly, or a bit wishy-washy, trying to get to what it is that you want to look at. Hopefully the microphone is picking up the dog snoring, because she sounds great. So yeah, Rebecca Page has a fantastic website, easy to navigate, easy to search for beginner projects or, you know, specific garments. I do really recommend the layout of the website. I find it really helpful actually. So Rebecca Page goes up to sizes 15C. Now I've made several Rebecca Page patterns in the past, but I'm not quite sure. Gosh, someone's got some really strong opinions. Oh, okay. There's a couple of towels that I'm repurposing and making into like ponchos and stuff for the summer, for, you know, lake swimming. And I think that she's just noticed them and has a lot to say to the towels. They're just towels. It's the towels. Okay, we're gonna get back to it. So Rebecca Page 15C. If anybody has made kind of the higher end of those patterns, do please leave a comment and let us know how you found it, and also what 15C or, you know, anything if in that higher size range means to you, because I'm not quite sure what 15C means as a way to document sizing. I do wish that there was some, across the indie patterns especially, that there was some sort of I don't know, code or way that we can track sizes from company to company, because they all seem to use their own blocks and their own size range, and sometimes you get things like 15C and it doesn't really make a lot of sense to anybody outside of the company sometimes. So Rebecca Page, also worth mentioning, especially if you're a beginner, she does these things called summits that she organises on her website, and she does different ones. I've seen Christmas summits, I've seen knitting and crochet summits, embroidery summits, and also sewing summits. And you basically sign up via her website or via her email newsletter, and then you get access to X amount, and it's over a certain number of days, but you do have to sign up to be able to access this website. And it's usually over like a period of like 2 or 3 days, and you get access to like a ton of videos, and it's really, really great resource for beginners when they pop up. So I recommend keeping an eye out for that. And you'll just have sewists in the community and people leading tutorials and giving information about sewing, and it's like on a schedule, so you can watch ones that you're interested in but skip ones that you're not bothered about. So it's a really great information share, and it's also a really great way to find and connect with other people who produce tutorials or sew alongs, or, you know, have more technical sewing information. So yeah, keep an eye out for them. Definitely worth signing up to our newsletter for them. They're really invaluable resource actually. And as far as I know, I've never come across one where you've had to pay for. I believe they're all free. So what have we got? What number are we up to? 6? 6. 5. I have lost count. I can't even see my notes. Can't even see them. So yeah, the next one, Megan Nielsen. And this is another one. She also has a really great website actually. It's very clear, very concise. It's not actually too dissimilar from the Rebecca Page website in terms of like layout and finding stuff. So not Rebecca, Megan Nielsen. I think I need a coffee. Goes up to size 34. And I've made several of her garments, and I will say the instructions, credit where credit is due, the instructions are excellent. They're easy to follow. There's really great photographs. You get a lot of information. You get some fitting information on the patterns as well. So a lot of thought and detail has gone into her patterns and her pattern making, and the information pack that you get with it. I do really recommend it. I've made several of her patterns actually. One of my favourites is the, gosh, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It's like a culottes pattern, and they're gorgeous, and you can lengthen them and make them these kind of palazzo style, and they've got like a side zipper and a nice high waistband, really deep pockets. So they're really great. I will say this, fantastic if you're going dog walking, or you're like me and you're not really a handbag person. You can stash so much in the pockets. I love a good pocket, and these ones are really great on this culottes pattern. So I'll put the picture up here, and I'll link the name that I can't remember in the description as well. So yes, let's move on to the next one. So number 7 is a company called WAFFLE Patterns, and they're based in the Netherlands, I believe, in Amsterdam. But it's got a real Japanese kind of style on some of the patterns, and they are fantastic. It goes up to a size 52 in the patterns, and they are phenomenal, and I really recommend actually having a look at the website and going through the patterns, because they've got this gorgeous kind of utilitarian style where you've got all these like fantastic add-on functional pockets. There's this kind of workwear style skirt that's got like these buttons down, and then you've got like 4 different types of, like 4 different styles of pocket going on, and then there's like diagonal zippers, and the whole thing is just, it's very cool. It is very cool. So there's some like workwear styles on there. So you've got like this kind of utilitarian tool belt and like a tool apron, and it's really cool. But they're not like a one-trick pony. So you've also got the most phenomenal coats. Like, they are really, really gorgeous, and in loads of different styles as well. And there's even some puffer jackets on there. And then on the other end of that, you've got these really soft drapey t-shirts. There's one that's kind of got pleats around the tummy there, so it kind of hangs really kind of fluidly, and it's got this beautiful drape. So yeah, there's like real different ends of the spectrum there in terms of patterns that are available. And it does go up to, yeah, I've written a size 52, but not all of them are a size 52. So some are a size 50, some are a size 48. So just double check before you obviously go ahead and purchase anything that they've got it in your size. And there's even some bags on there, which also look very functional, very cool, very kind of easy to wear. So yeah, I would really just check out the website just for the aesthetics. Like, it's very cool. I really recommend that one. So number 8. I need someone to like just sit in the room with me and count because, so number 8 we will say is Patterns for Pirates, and they're not too dissimilar from ELLIE and MAC, to be honest. They've got that same kind of aesthetic going on. The website is quite similar as well. Oh, we've got another one come join us. So yeah, they're really gorgeous patterns. They go up to a plus 5XL. They've got some really gorgeous swimwear patterns actually that kind of cross over, and you've got like little cutouts there. And so if like you're looking for some new swimwear patterns, because I know there's not that many out there, I would definitely take Patterns for Pirates out and see what they've got going on, because they have got some excellent patterns. And again, they use a lot of the images on their website are people who have made it and wear them, so you can see a real range of different body types, different shapes, kind of wearing that and looking, you know, fantastic. So definitely check that one out. Number 8 is, I don't know if I'm going to say this right and I don't want to get in trouble, so correct me if I'm wrong, COCOWAWA Crafts. I think that's how we pronounce it. So they go up to and that's a size 24, but UK size 24. And they're really stunning patterns, actually. They're quite floaty. There's some really gorgeous patterns with like ties and belts, and there's a lot of shirring and ruffles, and it's very drapey and fluid and gorgeous and really great for summer. Actually, there's some really cracking summer patterns on there. So yeah, they've also got a trench coat that's very, very popular and very well known on the sewing or certainly the Instagram sewing community. Lots of people have made the trench coat. I believe it's called Nutmeg, but again, I'll put the picture up and all the details in the description. So yeah, up to a size 24, so check them out if you've not heard of them. And also, actually, if you're a quilter, I'm not a quilter. I have tried quilting and I have a lot of respect for quilters because, do you know, I didn't realise how difficult sewing in a straight line on quilted fabrics can be. It takes a lot of patience. So yeah, she also makes these absolutely stunning quilting patterns. So if you're a quilter or you kind of sit somewhere between the two, it's definitely worth taking a look. And finally, number 10 is the DIBY Club, and that is the Do It Better Yourself Club. And they've got some really fantastic patterns on there. But what I really wanted to draw attention to is that they've got a number of different jeans patterns. And I know that there's a very limited amount of jean patterns out there, and everybody has very kind of strong opinions on which jean patterns they preference, and a lot of people have to toil and retoil again and struggle to get the fit of jeans because they're often seen as advanced, and you know, there's not that many patterns out there, so they can be quite tricky. So the DIBY Club have a variety of different jeans patterns available, and they go up to a size 36. But what really struck me is that if you purchase the jeans pattern, it comes with a sewing ebook, so you get tons of information and also actual tutorials on making custom fit adjustments. So it sounds like not only do you get the pattern, but you get a lot of support around that as well. So I've not made a pair of their jeans, but I'm thinking we should probably check it out. I'm thinking I might give that a go, maybe do a sew along for it. So if anybody fancied some jeans making, perhaps we can turn that into a sew along, and maybe the DIBY Club would be a really great one to take a look at. So I believe that's 10. I have lost count. It could be anything at this point. The pugs are terrible counters. So I would love to know what you think. Are you familiar with any of these companies? Are you fans of any of these companies? Did you like the companies or the information that I shared? And would you like a part 2? Because like I said, I've got like 50 companies stored on a minimum 50 on a spreadsheet, and I could easily knock a couple more out if, you know, indie patterns and finding indie patterns is your thing and you'd like to see more of that. Do let me know. And again, I welcome all feedback and all discussions in the chat and in the comments. I'm very grateful. So thank you very much, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.